You can tell
You look skinny on that side. You see it? Mm-hmm. We have the same jawbone structure thing. Wow.
What's up, world? What's up, world?
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Xavior, and today I am here with my mother making a video on something a little bit on the heavier side. We're going to be talking about her teen pregnancy.
Oh my god.
Her being 13 and pregnant.
Oh my god.
Me and her are constantly getting a bunch of questions about how it went down, and there's always so much negativity.
I think everybody knows how it went down.
I meant the whole pregnancy. Anyway, there's always so much negativity surrounding teen pregnancy and how people always say that the child will end up messed up, and although that is true, I'm not that messed up.
You're not that messed up.
So we're just here to talk about that. My mother wants to share her story with you guys, just to tell you that everything will be okay. We are the prime example.
But I'm not condoning it.
But we're not condoning
teen pregnancy. Condoning teen pregnancy.
But if you so happen to find yourself pregnant, just know it'll be okay.
Not really. But really, it will. So where to begin? First of all, every time Xavier and I go out in public, I always get, let me tell you, everybody's always asking me, that's my boyfriend. What? One time we went to go get our toes done, or get a pedicure, and then people were really thinking he was my boyfriend. It was so awkward.
This happens all the time when we go to restaurants.
And one time he was gonna die. I took him to the emergency room. The lady was like, is your parent here? I was like, girl, that's me. And she was like, oh, you look so young. I was like, oh, I know. I keep on looking at that.
It's okay.
Okay.
So if you guys didn't know, I am 17 years old and my mother is only
31.
I forgot, so I had to look at you.
Okay, so, oh my god, I cannot stop saying
It's okay, I'll try to cut them out.
I'm missing it now. So where to begin? I was in 6th grade. I got pregnant, I believe, I don't even know whenever I got pregnant, because my periods were so thrown off. I didn't even like know if I missed a period because they were so like all out of whack. Honestly, to tell you the truth, whenever I first had sex, lost my virginity, I got pregnant with him, but at that time I didn't even know what sex was about. I didn't even know, my mom had never talked to me about if you had your period you're gonna get pregnant if you have sex. Like, I didn't even know. I believe pretty much didn't even know what the point was in having sex. So whenever I got pregnant and I told his dad that I was pregnant, his dad was also surprised because we didn't even know what the hell we were doing.
Because you gotta understand, she was 13.
We were freaking 13 years old. Like, what the freak? It just happened, and I happened to get pregnant, and I didn't even know I was pregnant. I didn't even think that I was pregnant. So I knew that I did this thing, and that was it. I didn't know the consequences after it, because of course my mom never talked to me about anything like that, because I wasn't supposed to be doing it in the first place. One of my best friends at the time, we're still friends, but at the time we were best friends, she ended up telling my sister Erica that I had lost my virginity, and my sister Erica ended up telling my mom, and of course my mom was upset because she trusted me, and I just felt so horrible that I made her lose her trust in me. It was just a bad day that day when she found out. But she said, let's go ahead and make you an appointment to see your doctor, get you on birth control. So I was like, okay. My sister Roxanne ended up taking me to the UTMB, and I go in, the lady's like, okay, so you want to get on birth control, yada yada yada. And then she comes back and she was like, well, you're pregnant. And I was like, what? I just knew that I was pregnant, I was gonna have a baby, and in my young stupid mind, the first thing, like I said, I thought was, oh my god, Joey's gonna be in my life forever. I didn't think about what my mom was gonna say. My sister Roxanne, on the other hand, was like, what? She was the one tripping for me. Like, I wasn't tripping because I didn't know. Like, I don't know, it's just so weird. We went home and my sister told my mom, and my mom was like, what are we gonna do? My sister Roxanne ended up taking me to Joey's house, and I told Joey, when I told Joey, he didn't care. Like, nothing about his life was gonna change. It was only gonna be my life changing. Like, my body was fixing to change. Like, my whole life was fixing to change. And then from that day on, he started denying my child, and it really hurt. I'm going through this by myself. I don't know what to do. Like, it was just very, at that point, very emotional for me, because I was alone in this, like all by myself. Nobody knew what to say or what to expect, because I was actually one of the first girls to get pregnant in my school. It wasn't something that's so common now, so of course teachers looked down on me. Parents didn't want their children to hang out with me no more because I was a bad influence. It was just like a lot for me to deal with at a young age, but there was nothing that I could do because what was done was done. After my mom found out, pretty much nobody knew, so we wanted to keep it like that. We had decided that I would go get an abortion. We went all the way to San Antonio, got up early in the morning, went to the abortion clinic. They did an ultrasound on me and I was further along than what we thought I was. And Xavier was already big, like he was a baby, like in the screen it was a big baby already. I was like, what the heck? And we heard his heartbeat and he moved. Like he was just moving his little arms everywhere. I'm gonna cry already. And oh my God, I'm gonna cry. My mom, we looked at each other and my mom was like, we can't do this. So we had to pay for the ultrasound, which was like $200 something. And we left. My sister Erica was pregnant with my nephew Ethan. And on the way home, we had to like stop at the side of the road because she was throwing up. And my mom was like, are you ready for that? I was like, yeah, like I'm ready. Erica was like, yeah, all things happen for a reason. You got pregnant for a reason. I'm gonna cry again. I didn't let my dad know that I was pregnant until about a month or maybe 2 before I had him, that I was having him. My dad would work out of town a lot, so he would go out of town from Monday through Friday. He would come home Friday night real late. We really didn't see each other. Like I would take off to my friend's house the weekend, so he really didn't ever know like that I was actually pregnant. And I guess he had started hearing rumors that I was pregnant, and the day that we told him, we actually were gonna tell him in the first place. So my mom and I packed a bag, put it in our truck because we were gonna tell him. We knew he was gonna get mad, so we were just gonna leave. He came in from work that night and he walked in and he sat on the couch and just asked me, like, they call me Bevis. He was like, Bevis, tell me what's wrong. My mom said, well, what the you think? She's pregnant. He threw a pillow at me and my mom jumped up. My dad ended up going to the restroom. Me and my mom got in the truck and took off, and didn't come home for about 2 weeks. Actually, the day before I had Xavier, my mom finally went back home. My sister Erica called us over to her apartment and we were talking, and she actually shut the door and stood in front of the door, handed the phone to my mom, and made my mom talk to my dad. They were gonna go talk. So I stayed the night with my sister Erica, and then that night I ended up going into labor about 3 in the morning. I was on the phone all night with his dad. I started contracting at like 3 in the morning, and I didn't want to wake up my sister Erica because she had to take her boyfriend to work at 6. So I was like, and she had just had her baby. Well, Ethan was like 3 months old. So I waited till they were gonna get up to go take Edward to work. Finally, they woke up. I went to the restroom. I wiped myself. There was blood. I knew I was in labor. And Erica's like, oh my God, you're gonna have the baby. I'm like, oh my God, like I didn't know what was going on. So finally we get to my mom. Well, we're blowing up my mom's phone, but she's not answering her phone. We finally pull up. When we're pulling up, it's like out of a scene of a movie because my mom's reversing. We're pulling up. My mom jumps out of the truck and she's like, oh my God, you're having a baby. And I'm like, oh my God, yes. When we got to the hospital, the nurses were, you know, I felt bad looking down on me because I'm so young already. And then for me to tell them, when they would ask me who your doctor was, I'm like, I don't have a doctor. I never saw a doctor. And then they'll be like, what? I had to have C-section because I was trying to push him out for like 2 hours. That down there, it wasn't gonna happen. I was too small. I just couldn't. I mean, I only had sex one time, like, and then try to push out something that big out of something that little, like. Everybody was there except for his dad. I'm making his dad sound like such an ass, and I'm so sorry, Joey, but we were young. I felt so special, but I didn't feel special whenever I woke up and nobody was there because I had him at 10:02 at night. So after I woke up from surgery, nobody was there. Everybody had to leave. So I woke up and I was crying. I called his dad, and at 14 years old, his dad was out partying, being drunk. The next day came, his dad showed up finally, and he met his grandma, and his grandma took like 50 million pictures and, you know, asked me, is this my grandchild, pretty much. And I was like, yeah, he's Joey's. And she was like, good, because I love him already. And I was like, okay, thanks. That was July 5th, and then July 6th was just a regular day. I had visitors. My sister Erica came, and she just stayed there with me all day. And then, let's pharmacy. I asked her to go get me something to eat. She went to go get me a wiener schnitzel, and when she came back, it was already like visiting time was already over. So I was gonna leave the next day, which was gonna be Friday, July 7th. I was gonna leave the next day, and she was the one that was gonna take us home. She brought back wiener schnitzel. She told me she'll see me in the morning, and before she left, she said, "I love you. I'll see you in the morning." I was like, "Okay, I love you too." Friday came, the day she was gonna pick me up. I get woken up by my phone ringing. It was like 7 in the morning maybe, and it's Erica's boyfriend. He was asking me if my mom was there with me. I told him no, my mom wasn't there. About an hour later, I call my mom. When my mom answers the phone, all I hear is nothing but crying and yelling and screaming, and she lets me know that my sister and my nephew have passed away. So So at that time, I'm yelling, crying really loud, yelling. I get up off the bed, I pull out my IV, I pick up Xavier for some reason, and I just want to go. Like, I don't know where I'm going. In my head, I'm just like, I just want to be with my mom. Like, I want to go. So I just grab my little baby and I try to go, and I'm crying, and the nurses come, and I'm like, I need to go. My sister, you know, passed away, and they're, you know, they get Xavier from me, and they lay me back down, and they're telling me, you know, to calm down, and, you know, they check me, make sure my stitches are still intact, because I'm like, I just had surgery, what, 2-3 days ago, and I'm, you know, trying to get up and walk away. And I end up leaving the hospital that day. And it's so weird because when I get home from, you know, the hospital, my sister Erica had like taken out all her pictures from when she was in kindergarten all the way up until now, and they were all set on my dresser in my room. And I remember calling my mom and asking my mom, did you want me to take these pictures? And I was like, what did you need these pictures for? And my mom ended up telling me I didn't take them out, Erica took them out last night when she was here. And it was just so weird how, you know, things, you know, happen. And my mom says now that the reason he came, or the reason was, like, Xavier gave my mom reason to stay, because she knew that she had to help me with him. When Erica said that, you know, you got pregnant for a reason, or this, and my reason was because, you know, she was gonna end up passing away, and Xavier was gonna be there to help my mom, help us get through it. So yeah, so 3 days after Xavier was born, my sister and my nephew passed away in a car accident. It was something, it's hard till this day to, you know, I still think about it. I miss her. That was all that happened. The only advice I can give to all you teen moms is never give up. As soon as Xavier was born, like, I knew my life had changed. I knew that I had to get my together, and I knew that I had someone else that I needed to take care of. The day after I turned 16, I started working, and I never stopped. I was working, going to school, being a mom. I had to step up and be a parent because his dad at the time was on some other he didn't really step up at that time to be a parent. So I had to figure out everything on my own. My advice to y'all mothers, I would say never depend on anybody else but yourself when it comes to you and your kids. No one is gonna do for you and your kids like you would do for you and your kids, if that makes any sense. Like, I go beyond to do whatever I can do for my kids. If you're a single mom, don't depend on your baby daddies for anything. I feel so bad because I'm like, I don't want to like down talk his dad, because his dad is a good dad. I feel like a lot of baby mamas nowadays, like, now they're like not letting their baby daddy see. Just bitter. Yeah, like, just quit. Yes, like, just stop that. Like, you look stupid. Like, this person is gonna be in your life forever. Get along with this person, make things work for the child, because at the end of the day, you're not hurting. Who are you hurting? You're not hurting anybody else but your child. When you have a kid, you need to grow up and quit thinking about yourself, your feelings, because Joey did so much shit to me, and I never kept my kids from him. I never said, oh, you can't. I was never a bitter baby mama. I don't think I was.
Why you always lying?
Maybe at the beginning I was, but I grew from that. I just want y'all to graduate, get to work. Don't depend on your mama, don't depend on your daddy. Your mama and your daddy didn't lay in the bed to have these babies. You get up and do for yourself. That's all I can say, is just do for yourself. Don't
And it doesn't matter if you start from the bottom, because literally my mom went out on her own and we were in the projects for a little while, but now we're doing just fine. It's just, I feel like people are so afraid to start from the bottom, just to have like a reputation of being like...
Now we don't qualify for food stamps anymore. Now my baby's gotta pay for their lunch. Like, that is honestly, like, I know a lot of people will probably laugh about that, but it's like an accomplishment to me because I don't have to depend on the government to help me feed my kids. Like, I'm feeding my kids on my own. We did start from the bottom, and me have worked my way up to better myself for my kids. I want my kids to have a good life. Y'all moms should want y'all kids to have a good life as well. Anyways, thank y'all for listening to me and my little bit of life that I shared with y'all. Like, if you do end up pregnant, know that you have someone else depending on you, someone else that's looking up to you. Like, whenever I graduated high school, I had a graduation dance. My son was, how old? 4?
2006. I was
6. He was 6 years old at my graduation dance. Like, he saw that I did that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you want to set examples for your kids to follow. Like, you don't want to get pregnant, not do nothing with your life, and your kid is gonna do the same thing because that's what he saw you do. Ew, I feel like Dr. Phil. Anyway, so that's it. Thanks. Y'all have any questions, feel free to ask me anything you want. Leave them there. I don't know how to work that the other day. I was trying to comment something on one of his videos. I commented on this girl's thing, and this girl was like, what the hell you talking? I was like, ooh girl, sorry. So he'll let me know.
Yes.
I'm so glad I didn't get an abortion. So glad I didn't abort your son.